Good day, matriculants. I'm honored to be with you today at your matric valediction at one of the finest programs around. Today, I'll just present to you a not so lengthy speech that's filled with highly personal anecdotes and words that I would have liked to hear 4 years ago when I was sitting in the same position that you are. Maybe not exactly the same because we are in the middle of a pandemic, but something that closely reflects what I would have wanted to hear. Here you sit, matriculants, 18 years of life and 13 years of schooling behind you. You've all the bumps and the bruises of adolescence and wisdom that is gained from them. Furthermore, you have a world-class ability to fill in bubbles labeled A to D. But don't lose hope just yet. You stand at the cusp of infinite possibilities. And how can I not envy you? Not for what you have or what you have done, but for what you still have to do. Ahead of you, matriculants, as life. Your whole lives up until this point have been fairly ordered and straightforward, each year leading to the next, your purpose and your path set and defined, but here you sit of boundless potential, each to live a life that is solely your own. Today, I want to speak to the lady that wants to be a self-employed entrepreneur, the gent who wants to go to university, the bro going to college, and the champ taking a gap year. Today is the day to the rest of your lives, but so was yesterday, and so shall be tomorrow, and so shall be each day after that. The decisions that you will take on each of these days will steer the course of your life. I am glad that in each of our lives, mine included, at some point we took the same important decision, and that was being part of the TTP program. My participation in TTP was the beginning of my young adult life, not only in terms of my career path or my high school grades or tertiary education for that matter, but TTP gave me lifelong friends, people that I would have otherwise never have met. And like many of you at this moment, I remained unsure about what I wanted to do after finishing my matric. I thought I wanted to do chartered accounting, but long story short, I'm currently not doing chartered accounting. During TTP, I met two mentors, Ntogozo and Refilwe, who were studying aeronautical engineering and economic science. These two fields of study then became my top two options when I applied. By now, you've also reviewed your LASI report, which guides what career choice you are likely to excel in based on your personality and your skill sets. To be honest, I was quite despondent when I found out I'd make a good bricklayer. But now that I'm on the other side, I realize it was more about the qualities that make a good bricklayer that I needed to take notice of. And these were the ability to work part of a team, the ability to work carefully and accurately, good practical skills, technical aptitude, and the enjoyment of outdoor work, and so on. Suddenly, when I changed the conventional connotations that surround bricklayers, a world of opportunities opened up for me. And here lies something that I would have liked to hear 4 years ago. Perspective. How you will perceive all the failures you will encounter in your life will decide if you are moving nearer or further away from your dreams. Here's a little story about how TTP influenced my high school grades. In grade 10, when I joined TTP, I was an above average student, performing more than my peers, but I was not performing at my best. I had to quickly realize this during the first September session in grade 10, and since then, I've never looked back. From grade 10, I moved from being in the top 10 in my school to the top 5 in matric. Now, while this will not be the case for many of you, the lesson in the story still holds to be true. At TTP, you've met people that are more academically talented than you are, more artistically inclined than you are, more physically fit than you are, more courageous than you are, more confident, more socially likable than you are. And for me, it was not the realization that these people exist that made all the difference, but it was the realization of my capabilities, strengths, and weaknesses that changed everything. And this is the second thing that I would have liked to hear 4 years ago, and the second thing that hopefully you get to take with you. As a side note, it is important to note that the latter could not exist without the former. Simply put, you cannot realize your potential unless you put yourself in spaces that challenge you and associate yourself with people that have excelled further than you. Success will be different for each and every one of you, and success is not a measure of the monetary figure. Let's just say Mother Teresa did not have a lot of money, but she was quite a successful person, wouldn't you say? As Napoleon Hill says, success is nothing more than the progressive realization of a worthy ideal. I say this ideal only needs to be worthy to you and you alone, And as long as you are in pursuit of that goal, that dream, and that vision, you will be successful. Before I end this off, let me just say you have a long journey ahead of you, but you've come far. Think back to that first intimidating day in grade 10 or grade 11 and how distant this day seemed. Today is a day to celebrate this important milestone in your path. We are all TTP alumni, and though our paths will differ, we are the same in this regard, and we are held accountable to achieve great things because of this title. And having mentored a few of you, I have no doubt that this will be the case. Now, mistakes will happen, but do not be caught up so much in your past that you forget about the present. Ahead of you, matriculants, is life. Live it. Thank you.